College football 25 is overhyped. There's nothing crazy about what I just said. I think it's pretty clear from the things that have been said and from the weight this is going to happen. But I got to give somebody some grace. Got to give me some grace. Everybody who's been waiting a long 11 years in supposed 4-year development cycle, I think there's a fair bit of expectation that we can have. With EA circulating, consuming, and inhaling all these different gamer development studios and situations like that, you'd think they'd have enough resources to give us a game with just enough of the features that they had in the game 11 years ago. But look, we're sitting here with College Football 25. It's fun. It's a good time. It's snappy, right? But it don't mean it ain't got no flaws in it. It's okay to be able to sit down and look at the flaws of the game. And I asked you guys some things. I asked y'all for your hot takes. I asked you if it's too overhyped. I asked you what the biggest problems were. So instead of me yapping and quote unquote hating on the game, as some people in the comments like to say that I do, I'm gonna let y'all hate on it. Let y'all give your comments and hot takes on it. And I do want to, before we even get into the comments, I do want to sit and really kind of dissect that whole overhyped situation. And like I kind of alluded to, it's okay, I think, to overhype and have these expectations when you get that much time supposedly away. I think everybody has given this game its flowers. It's so facetious. When y'all get at me in the comments and talk about, y'all are hating it, there's a problem. All y'all do is ruin games. I'm sorry, dog. I'm sorry that I got a frontal lobe that's developing so I can see when I'm getting ripped off. And that's fine. I'm enjoying it. I'm playing it. You can look at my channel. I'm running around playing games. I got Victor Wembanyama streams. I got big quarterbacks running around. I'm playing the game. There's nothing wrong with enjoying something but wanting it to be better, especially when you have the ability to update it. I don't understand why that's a problem. If you don't like it, don't watch it, big homie. Just keep moving and keep grooving and keep dropping dimes in your road to glory with that terrible camera. But continuing on, let's get into your hot takes, man. How overhyped is college football? Because I'm telling you, 90% of these hot takes when I looked at them was just that it's overhyped. And number one, just to duck, the hype was too big for an EA product. And when we say it and we put it in this light and we put it in this frame of an EA product, we got to be honest with ourselves. And I'm about to cross genres here. At least stay with me now, because this is about to get nasty. Assassin's Creed, you know, the whole thing with the black set. Yeah, we ain't got to get into that. The bigger thing about that is Ubisoft games have been an absolute cluster for the past like 10 years. They've just been, griping people's monies and doing all sorts of things. So to the fact that they've allowed and made people defend their game because of some people wanting to get a little silly, and everybody's silly on both sides. But I'm not here to talk about, god dang, the lineage of any samurai son. I don't know nothing about nothing. But what I'm trying to get across is Ubisoft shouldn't be trusted regardless. They shouldn't be defended. In the same vein, I think that EA has went ahead and gained that same type of reputation. They've got a deep record. Like at this point, people are talking about how 2K has a better reputation than EA when it comes to their games. Like it's a little crazy. It's a little nasty to think about that. And the 2K people have been crying for the last 10 years. I guess us football players fooled up with CTE or something. Do we get like CTE from playing the game and we just keep pushing? Because I had $100 ready to play this game. I'm sorry, I'm a college football degenerate. But continuing on, appreciate you just a duck on the internet. Mr. Rookie Mode 2023 says the game is broken, and they broke it even worse with the recent patch, and yet it's still the best sports game I've played since NCAA 14. They got a lot of things right. Hey, I like it. I don't think that's a hot take. And that is really what my opinion is right now. I don't know why and what they did with the patch. There was some silly things going on, but they exasperated a lot of things and added completely new problems that I would never imagine happening. But that's a whole nother bag of worms, and I have a video about that, so y'all can watch that. So I'm not going into it, but it is kind of nasty to think that. Not nasty. It's good. Sorry, I'm talking about this is a fun game, and I've said that in every single one of these videos, and every single one of these videos has a comment of someone saying how much I'm a hater, how much yada yada. Stop playing the game. Stop talking about it. It's like, dog. I mean, I got you to comment, so I think I'm doing my job here or something. But no, in all seriousness, like that. Like I kind of alluded to earlier, it's okay to say that some stuff is broken, dog, and it's okay to be deprived of a game for 11 years and want anything that we can get. Look, I'm working with EA. I gave you the $100. Now what I'm asking is, when this next patch comes out, maybe we fix some stuff. Maybe you update some things. Maybe when College Football 2026 comes out and nobody gets the deluxe edition, hopefully, because basically all we got is to play it early and to, the Ultimate Team stuff. And for me, who waited 11 years, playing early was enough for me. And hope that when we get to 2026, we have something that's a little bigger, a little better. But that's a sad thing. But at the end of the day, it is an EA product, like Mr. Just a Duck said. But I'm agreeing with this. I'm gonna continue having fun. I've said this in almost another thing I've almost said in all my videos. I could play this game for another 11 years. If there was another college football get shut down, NILs mess up, they can't get the deals done, I'd play this for another 11 years. We got Team Builder. We got 134 teams. That's a lot of fun and a lot of content, even though it's basically half the content at NCAA 14, but we ain't got to get deeper into that. You got to wonder if he's going to be able to handle the media. People are, because the name is, so some of these aren't hot takes. Some of them are reacting to the thing. Speed option for the cheese. I'm not a big speed option guy. I'm a straight read option guy. I like midline options. I'm getting nasty with these RPOs. I feel like RPOs are super potent, but speed options has never been my flavor. I don't like the pitch. I feel like it adds a little too extra. I'm already bad enough a passer, but hey man, if you get cheesy with the speed option, stay cheesy, my friend. Do what it does. The new passing meter is a garbage version of a shot meter from like 2K, especially when on long passes. Can we talk about this? I'm not sure, and I think he's talking about the revamped passing. There's a problem with both of them. Can we listen? I'm a little rant. I did a rant like this in another video, but they messed up the passing, dog. The new passing meter, the revamped passing, it's cool, but I feel like I don't have any control over where the ball is gonna go. Right? It's blue or whatever, close to blue, but I don't really feel like I can hold a bullet and really put it where it can't. But the good thing about the revamped is it kind of places it in the best way possible, right? But that doesn't mean it places it where I want it to place. And the lob arcs are crazy. You can tap and they'll just you're like dropping mortars, dog. I mean, those are crazy. So hey, clap there. I don't know why there's different trajectories with different passing. I feel like maybe you should just integrate all the trajectories into both of them, but I mean, whatever. But with the placement and accuracy, again, I feel like I have more control, but then it's just random. It doesn't feel consistent like a shot meter. If it was a shot meter like 2K, which I assumed it was going to be, when I played the Madden 24 a little bit, it seemed like that. It was like, okay, there's a range. You can go into red, but mostly if you know what you're doing, your timing, you're just going to be a lob or you're going to be a bullet, blah, blah, blah. This one, it's like, it's that plus randomly it's just gonna go and it's gonna go to Jupiter, dog. It's like someone punted it from your hand. Like it's a little nasty. This is not a hot take, dog. I gotta agree. They didn't implement it in the best way. Maybe it's to simulate the whole, this is going to be, freshman quarterbacks or whatever. These are younger quarterbacks that are not going to be as consistent, maybe. But I feel like I have no idea. Dev traits don't matter. Now, this is big for my Dynasty guys. And even on that, because I'm not a big recruiter. I like playing Dynasty, but I don't do the heavy recruiting stuff. But when it comes to dev traits, I think it's just a big mystery, to be honest with you. I feel like so many people have been hunting things down, and I think it comes down to some people saying hot takes like this, like saying they don't matter at all. But when you're that lost on something, I think that's a pretty good telltale sign that, hey man, we gotta, from EA standpoint, like maybe we should do a better job at communicating what these things do to our to our gamers and make sure they know what's going on. I'm crossing over genres again, man. Elden Ring, one of the biggest negatives that people say about the game, even though it's amazing, it's hard, it's great, is that hey, they could do a better job talking and communicating and letting the user and the gamer know kind of how to do these things. Now I disagree because I'm a FromSoft enjoyer. You know what I'm saying? I'm a Soulsborne apologist. But regardless, I think it's in that same vein of game design. Like, hey, why aren't we spelling out how this actually works and it looks like that? And EA's had a problem with that for a long time, where their descriptions don't really match what it looks like on field. But hey, you know what's going on. EA left Mr. BLD 1332. EA left massive amounts of minor details out of the game, like the actual bowl game trophies, player award trophies in the winner presentation in Dynasty not being shown, and some other really minor but important details because they knew that the hype alone would sell the game. And that's the name of the game. The hype is there. I feel like they did some of the big things that we were expecting and then left out a bunch of those, like you said, small details that really add to the immersion, that add to the replay value. And it's kind of I don't know, if it feels I'm a little robbed at that point when it comes down to some stuff like that. But here we go. I personally think the game was overhyped. The fun factor lived up to the hype, but not the game. It's overhyped, man. I'll agree. I think the overhyped thing is just not a hot take. I think it was rightfully overhyped, and that's just how it is. Here we go. Travis Hunter still needs to be studied. Travis Hunter's a dog. Travis Hunter's even more of a dog in the game. Game has flaws, but it's still better than anything EA has put out since NCAA 14. And again, that's college football for you. I'm sorry, but anybody who watches football knows that college football is better than the NFL. That just is what it is. And if you don't agree, you'll get older. You'll understand. The NFL is amazing. It's the professionals. And I'm not one of those old heads. It's like, it's whiny millionaires. I mean, it's whiny millionaires in the college level too. So let's be honest here. What I like about the college football specifically is you have such a variance of game styles, even within conferences, right? You know, you got your people who want to go a pro style, people who are just running back heavy, people who, in Ole Miss in the SEC running this, spread pistol RPO heavy. Like it's you get a lot of different flavors mixed in with there. So I think that's one of my favorite things. NFL is a copycat league for a reason. I think it should be. So the variance that you get is, with different types of players, different types of quarterbacks, but at the end of the day, they're all trying to score and do certain types of things when they get in a certain position. So I like seeing a Wyoming versus a Nevada for no reason, and seeing how do these styles clash? How does a 3-3-5 stack, in real life go up against a heavy Iowa, a single back, triple 13 personnel type offense. So I think it's resembled and reflects that when you get into the college football realm. And like I said, having 134 teams, it's just too much. It's too much playability. Not to say that EA didn't do what they did, because I think they did do what they did the way they needed to do it. If you know what I'm saying, like they did a decent job, but it's still at the same time, you know what I'm saying, it leaves something lacking. The position thing. Oh yeah, they completely broke down, man. And I've been on the list, and I've been especially in these videos talking about how, look, Road to Glory was clearly not paid attention to at all. They just thought that they could just make it another superstar mode and just forget about it. But the fact that Dynasty not only came out a bit broken, and then it feels like it's even more broken now, besides SimLogic, I guess, kind of working a little better. It's weird to see, dog. It's like that is the flagship mode, and we're on week 6, 7, and we're out here trying to figure out how to consistently get the game mode to even work. And let's not even talk about Ultimate Team. I had a bunch of people in my comments talking about they couldn't even load Ultimate Team for the last 3 days. So hey man, that's a whole nother story. Shout out to you, Mr. Z Wilson 2000. CFB25 is a Madden reskin. Hey, I think we've escaped the Madden reskin clones. I mean, Madden reskin claims. Madden's out. People are talking about how it's, it's a little slower, it's a little more sluggish, as it should be, more defensive oriented, feels a little different. You don't have all your hot routes. I think there's some substantial differentiations in gameplay, and I think that's all that we really truly can ask for when we talk about those things. So I'm not mad at that, as long as that, like I said, there is that feeling of difference. I think they did a decent job and kind of achieved what they needed to achieve. So best sports game in this console generation, easy. I think that's easy. No hot take. Mr. Actual Isaiah, I will keep saying that, and I will keep praising this game. I want y'all to know, as many, we're just in a bad place in gaming in general. I hate these old heads talking about everybody wants things to fail. I want this to be great. I want college football to be insane and break records, and Madden to break records. And oh my God, we're with all this new AI technology, we're taking over, and we got updated live hair links and everything. And we got all tape, but it doesn't feel like we do that. It feels like we're just adding different mocap things and adding more animations without really adding any substance to the game. And then again, taking things out. The classic EA thing, we go away from 11 years and I can't even see records in Dynasty. But even with all that stuff, the greatest sports game that's probably out and available to the people currently that isn't something on an old console. I mean, I'm being really honest with you. Best. Oh no, sorry. For the love of God, RTG stats should not be locked behind stupid skill points or capped. It is an entirely offline mode with no microtransactions. This is a hot take. I think this is a hot take because I am really not that mad at. Shout out to King Kirby for the hot take. I think this was the first real hot one. I personally am not mad at the caps. I know I can feel kind of 2K esque to some people, but to me, I think anything that makes the game a little bit more challenging in different ways, especially from Road to Glory, because you can run it up in RTG, even in this new harder version of Road to Glory. I think it's still good to kind of have that. Quarters needs adjusting. Shouldn't be able to run out halves in one drive alone. Oh, the actual, I thought you were talking about the quarters coverage. Game's great despite the bugs, but man, they are annoying. Also on Heisman, All-American, even if you slide the line perfectly, yeah, you're going to get toasted, son. You're going to get roasted. This game has managed to become even more broken. I'm finding it difficult to make open field tackles. That's crazy. The menu screen on the game of Dynasty and Road to Glory are hard to look at. The other NCAAs were more visually appealing. Okay. Where y'all finding these names? Okay. It's the game of the year with all the bugs. It's game of the year with all the bugs. The lack of polish makes the game mediocre at best, and that's me trying to be generous. Mr. Bondley 15. They fumbled the game by removing created player features and the feature to import your Dynasty roster. They really just made a piece of plain paper game. Going crazy. Why do all the all the coaches? This has been a big complaint that I've seen in people. Like you can't really do much to customize the coaches. Just want to be able to wear double tight arm sleeves. That's all. A lot of the equipment's broken. Shout out EA. How did the patch break more things than it fixed? This is my guy again. Recruiting is not fun at all. Does he go? Oh, and then he's talking about BGs. Okay. A lot of hot takes here. I think the consensus is this game is overhyped, but it's enjoyable. It's great. It's a fun time in the yard. But we got to demand more from EA. We got to hope that they actually can fix their game now. But get them in the comments and tell me what your hot take about college football is. What's your experience with college football? What's the biggest problem, the best thing? And, if I get in the comments, maybe I'll make this comment section another video, read y'all stuff and do it. But I appreciate y'all, like I said, watching recently, commenting, sharing your thoughts. And we'll just keep pushing it, keep doing the big things. All right. But y'all be amazing. Y'all be blessed. We'll see you next time. Let me know what type of content you want to see. You know what I'm saying? College football stories, dynasty stuff, more rants, things and situations and everything in between, man. Y'all be amazing. See you.